One thing I don't love about the 2022 Toyota Tundra is that several of the different trim packages, including my limited TRD off-road model that we've got here, come with a number of chrome parts that really stand out. Up front, we've got the Grille Surround. On the side, we've got the trim piece on the bottom of the window compartment, as well as the door handles. And then on the back, we've got the tailgate handle and the rear bumper caps. That's the next project that I've got planned on my truck, is to replace all of those parts and go to either body colored or black. In today's video, we're going to start off by doing the door handles, and then in future videos, I'll be taking care of those other pieces. Once all of those installations are complete, I'll provide tutorial videos linked in the description below. Now, the parts that we're using for today's video come from RevMoto. RevMoto specializes in painted body parts, and if you guys have been on the channel for a while, you've heard of them before because I previously had a 2016 Tacoma TRD off-road, and I swapped out the factory hood with an aftermarket TRD Pro hood with the hood scoop that was painted black to match my truck. RevMoto offers great customer service, really high quality paint products, and kind of a cool service that they offer these parts as an option aftermarket, because obviously this is a common request from people that don't love the chrome on these all new Tundras. Now, I'll provide links to all of the products for this installation and future installations in the description below as well. If you want to buy them individually, you can, and they're also going to sell them in a complete package that includes everything for the truck. One thing I will mention is that because this is an all new model and we've got supply chain issues in this world, it takes a long time for Toyota to supply those parts to RevMoto, so there's a little bit of a delay period on getting those parts to RevMoto so they can paint them and turn them around. Hopefully things will progress and things will speed up as the market returns to normal. And then the other thing too is because it's an all new truck, right now you can only get OEM parts, so it's a little bit more expensive for these parts in the full package, but eventually down the road they're also going to offer all of these parts as an aftermarket or give you an aftermarket option that's going to be a little bit less expensive, and so you'll be able to choose between OEM or aftermarket and maybe save a little bit on the installation. Now, before we get started, I'll just give you a quick side-by-side comparison. You can see here on the driver's side, we've got the chrome door handles. You'll see I've also done the trim piece on the bottom of the window compartment, so it gives you a look at what they look like in combination. You'll see that the paint color is a perfect match to my truck. They sent paint samples for me and gave me 3 choices to choose from. And as you can see, really nice match here with these door handles. So we're going to start up here on the driver door. This little piece we're going to pop out first. You just push in on the middle. One of these days I'll get a trim removal piece, but for now, little flathead will work. Pull that out. And then next, behind this door handle, we've got this little trim piece that we're going to pull out. And then use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove this screw. Next, we've got this little felt pad down here. I'm going to pull that out. And then again, we're going to take our Phillips head screwdriver, and we've got a screw that needs to be removed. Next, we're going to remove this trim piece here to get to another screw. So we're going to take our flathead, gently pry it under there, pop it up on this end, and then we'll just pull this off. Flip it over, and we're going to push in on this little piece, pop that out, and the same thing on this side. And then our third and final screw is located right here. With those 3 screws out, we've got a number of clips around the outside and one in here that just kind of secure this in place. So we're going to gently pop those out. So we'll go around the outside and just gently pull to get those to snap out. We've got a pretty tight electrical connection to this fixture right here. So before you fully remove this from the truck, I would take your hand back behind, pop this through, and we've got another little electrical connection here. Just push it on that and pull this out. Okay, next we're just gonna lift this off. I'm gonna see if I can leave this corner up here. It's kind of tricky to get into place. So we're gonna see if we can just kind of pull this down and pop it out while leaving that one in so that we don't have to mess with it. All right, there we go. That worked pretty well. Before removing this panel, we've also got to disconnect the door handle and door locks. So we've got these two guys right here, green on the bottom. Remember that for later. Pop that out just like so. Same with this one, you slide it out and then this little ball pops out. Lastly, we've got one more electrical connection right here to the door speaker. Just like the others, it's got a little clip that you just push in on and then pull that out, and our door panel is off. Now to get to our door handle, we've got to move this out of the way. We've got these little blue clips that will just turn to the left and pop out, and do that with each of these. And then next you'll see we've got little clips around the outside here. We've also got to pop those loose. Ideally you do this with a trim removal tool, but again, flathead screwdriver works just fine. Just pull it in there and just gently pop that out. Do that around the outside. You can probably just slide this out of the way without removing these additional clips, but for the sake of filming, I'm gonna remove these as well. Once again, we just need to kind of get the screwdriver between that clip and this plastic piece and just gently pry it out like that. And with all those clips out, we can just pull this out. There we go. Now this is the door handle right here. Don't remove that screw. I assumed I needed to on the other side and found it didn't really do anything. We're just gonna take this white piece right here and grab on the top and the bottom and just pull that out directly, like so, and it'll go around to the other side. To remove the door handle, we're just gonna firmly tug it toward me until you hear a pop. And then just pull this out. And we've got the smart door handle, so we've got an electrical connection right here. So this light gray piece is basically a little bracket. I'm not quite sure what the point of it is, but we're just gonna pop that off first. Like that. And then this black piece, we're gonna push in on this clip here, and then it'll just slide off the door handle. On there pretty firm. Try that again. There we go. Now we're ready to put the new door handle on. You'll see it's got the same smart key functionality, the old one, and the electrical connections are exactly the same because it's OEM. So we're going to take the black piece here first, pop that into place. Then with this little bracket, we'll pop on the lower portion first, and then the upper portion. With the electrical connections done, we're ready to connect the door handle, but before we do that, there is one additional step on the front doors. There's a little metal bar inside that you've got to pull down on. This isn't something you have to worry about on the back doors. I didn't get this the first time that I did the passenger side, and it won't work if you don't do this step. So I'll give you a look at what it looks like from behind, and then we'll go ahead and connect this. So this little metal rod right here with the green clip at the top, that piece we're just gonna have to pull down slightly as we're putting the door handle on. All right, so I got one hand in the back here pulling down on that little bar, and then we're just gonna take the door handle here, kind of gently push it in, and then we're gonna push it forward just the way that we pulled back when we took it off. So pull down on that little bar inside, and then this will just pop into place. Now before we put this cover back on, this little white piece here, we've just got to push that back into place. So just take a finger on the top and the bottom and just gently push that in. Now before you put this all back together, I think this is a good point in the process to just give it a test and make sure that your door handle works properly. If it does, then we'll put this all back together. So we'll start by taking this piece here, sliding it back under all these little straps, electrical connections. And then we'll take our connections that go directly into it and do those first. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll do these little clips that go around the perimeter. So just pop those into place. And then we've got these little clips to put back in. These just push into place and then turn. Now we're ready to reconnect this door panel here. And before we do that, we've got some connections to make with the door lever and locking mechanism, as well as electrical connections. We'll start with this connection down here for the door speaker. So pull this up, pop that one into place. And then for the door lever and locking mechanism, this green one here is going to go on the bottom. So this little ball goes into that hole, and then you just twist this around and click it in right there. White one is exactly the same, but is going to go on the top. So get that ball in, turn this, click that into place. And then we've got two electrical connections here that are going to come through here for the power windows, and we've got one down on the bottom for that light that goes down on the ground. So with that, we're ready to go ahead and connect the door panel. So I'll change the camera view so you can see that from this side. So you'll see on this side, we've got the connection down here for that little light that illuminates the ground. We've got the two connections coming through up here for this little panel. And so we're ready to go ahead and pop this into place. The first step is going to be up here at the A-pillar. We've got to get these two little spots right here. There's a little clip on the other side that's going to pop through that. And then we're just going to push the rest of the clips in around the perimeter here. There we go. Get that clip. And with that clips in, I'm just going to check these other connections here, make sure we're all lined up. It looks like we are. So we're just going to go around the perimeter and just pop those all into place. You'll hear a snap as each one connects. Now with all the plastic clips in place, we've got 3 Phillips screws to connect. We've got these 2 right here that are going to go here and here. And then we've got this one that goes at an angle right there. Next, we'll put this felt pad into place right here. This trim piece will slide in and just kind of gently push that into place. Then we'll put this little clip in, go ahead and pop it so this centerpiece is sticking out. Pop it in and then push in on the center until it's flush. Then we're going to take this piece here with our 2 electrical connections, pop those into place. And then we'll push down on the front first until that clicks into place. And the last step on this front door, we're going to take this electrical connection, pop that into place, and push that in. Now, much is the same here for the rear door, but it is different from the front. We'll start by getting this felt pad out, as well as this trim piece up top. Pull that out and set it aside. And then we'll pull this cover plate off as well. Once again, we'll take the either screwdriver or trim removal tool at the back here, pop that side up first. Once it kind of pops up, then we can just pull it up by hand. And then we've got just one electrical connection at the back. Set that aside, and then we've got our 3 screws to remove. 1, 2, 3. And we've got one of these clips just like the front door where we've got to push in on the middle and then pull the whole thing out. We've also got a trim piece up here with the same style. Once again, we're going to push in on the middle and pull that out. Now before we remove the door panel, we're going to pull off this trim piece first that's up top. So pull that out and then just gently pop this out. And it's connected to the door panel down here, so we're not going to pull any harder on that. Then we're ready to pull out the lower portion. Pull the panel off. And we've got the same kind of connections here for the door lever mechanism. I'm not going to show you those on this one because I've got to get the window open to give you a good angle. But it's exactly the same as the front door. So we'll pull those off, and then we've got one more connection to a door speaker. So just like the front, we've got a little plastic clip. It's a little bit different style, but there's a little piece that you just push in on and then pull that off. You'll see the cover here is a little bit different from the front door. We've basically got this little plastic cover with a butyl seal. So what we're gonna do is just gently pull it back. This will reconnect just fine. You just need to be really careful as you're doing that you don't tear this here. So we're just gonna gently pull on this and try to get as clean a break as we can. And kind of separate the butyl as we go, because it's gonna wanna stick. And we just need to get enough clearance that we can reach a hand in there to disconnect that little white piece that we saw on the driver's side as well. So these little strings that are connecting, just kind of pull those apart as you go. Keep it as clean as possible. You can see, not too challenging to get this open. The real trick is just to take your time so you don't tear it. Now you see with that open, once again, we got this little white piece here. We're just gonna grab top and bottom and gently pull that out. Now this door handle comes off just like the driver one did. We're just gonna firmly pull it this direction until it pops out of place. You hear that click? We're just gonna pull it out. And this one's easy because there's no electrical connection. Now we're ready to put the new one back on. Again, no electrical connection, so no tricks here. We also don't have that little metal bar inside the door to worry about, so we're just gonna slide that in, push this in, and gently push it back into place. Then we come back to the inside of the door, take this white piece, click that into place, and then we're gonna reconnect this here. Just try to get this as clean as possible. You do want a nice seal so that it stays nice and watertight. Now we're ready to put this door panel back on. We've got our one speaker connection, this connection for the power window that's going to insert through, and we'll get to that next. And then again, we've got these connections for the door lever and locking mechanism. So we're going to kind of lift this up, we'll reconnect all those, and we'll pop this back into place. All right, so first connection, again, we'll take our speaker wire here and pop that into place. And then we've got our door mechanism here. Green goes on the bottom. So again, that ball goes into the hole, turn it this direction, pop it into place. White one goes on the top, turn it, pop that into place. And this wire we're gonna pass through to connect later. Line up those little clips that pop in around the perimeter. And once we got most of them lined up, we'll go ahead and push it in. Hear those clicking in as we go. Up top here, we'll also push this into place. And we've got two of these plastic clips. Once again, you pull out the center piece, pop it in, and then push in the piece in the middle till it's flush. Do the same thing right here. Push it in, and then pop that into place. Next, this screw is gonna go into this little hole. We've got a matching screw that's gonna go straight down here, and then the silver screw is gonna go in right here. Next, we'll reinsert this. First, we'll bring that wire here and click it into place. And then we'll push down on the front and work our way to the back gently. Then we've got this felt pad. Pop that down into place. This little trim cover pops in behind the door handle. There we go. And we're done. With that, the installation's complete. You'll see both of our door handles work as they should. And we do have the smart key functionality up here at the front as well. Again, in the next couple uploads, we'll take care of this trim piece along the bottom of the window compartment, the front grille surround, the tailgate handle, as well as the rear bumper cap. So stay posted for those. Again, if you want to check out these products, links are in the description below. If you enjoyed today's video or if it was helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And for more videos of the all-new Tundra, be sure to subscribe. In the meantime, thanks for watching.